We are still damp, and for those of you who don't know, my hair can take 3 to 4 hours to dry, which is one of the reasons why I go ahead and diffuse it when I come up on the channel. But I don't dry to 100% because that would dry out my hair. So we are still damp. Will we be dry by the end of the video? I don't know. We'll have to see. So hello and welcome to domytriesthis. I hope you brought your cuppa. My cuppa today is a 64 hydro water bottle, which says, "In a world of bookworms, be a book dragon." I love my 64 hydros. I do think that they've been refinagling their product line, so I don't know how long they're going to have these. But you can find them on Amazon if you can't find them on their site. I'm going to go ahead and give my cranberry juice and water, really, I watered down my cranberry juice, a sip, and we will go ahead and get started. Takes a little getting used to, but it gets me to drink my water, which I don't like the taste of. Yes, I don't like the taste of straight water. Just undoctored water just tastes absolutely nasty to me. So the cranberry juice gives me some antioxidants and some other things and gets me to drink my water. I don't know about you guys, but we've been having some weird weather here. All right, so today we are going to be opening our ice cream box for the month of November. But I also have on here to try with whatever's in the boxes. You know, we do a try on with the box. A few of the new MOIRA things. I have some of their hologram glitter gels. I have 2 of them. I have the color No Promises and Fairy Tale Love. I swatched these and I'm a little concerned. They seem like they might be a bit, I don't know, transparent. Now, I did try them on my, this one is Fairy Tale Love. They do seem more like they don't really have a base color. Really? I guess you can kind of see it there. So I'm going to try it, probably end up using one of these as a topper over whatever palette we have in the middle, or to give it some shine. I also picked up one of their Dreamlight highlighters. This one's in Foxy Pink. I thought this was supposed to be more of a rose gold. It's looking kind of rose gold there, but when I look directly at it, it looks more pink. But we'll see. Pink is not my favorite color. And there it's looking more peachy. So it is kind of a rose gold, so we'll go with that. And then I picked up one of their new lipsticks. This is in the color Dusty Red. So there's Dusty Red. She might be a bit light. We may have to mix that with something else to get it to really show up. And then I also picked up one of their new Lip Appeal waterproof liners in Superstar. And I swatched all these before, not here on the channel, but before. And I noticed that that lip liner did stay when I cleaned everything off. And of course, you all know what I forgot, right? I'll be right back. All right, so obviously that's going to come off. More than likely that's going to come off. We'll see about the rest of it, but yeah, the highlighter, the glitter stuck even if the color didn't. As you can see, that lip liner definitely sticks, and now I have glitter all over the back of my hand. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so let's get into our box. I don't know about you, but I get real excited about the box. Hoping it's a good one. Hoping their Christmas one is also going to be a good one. Anyway, so I'm going to open this up. We got peanuts and November Friendsgiving. And then, of course, the card tells us everything that's on there. We're going to set that to the side very quickly. So we should have 5 items. So the first thing we have is the MOIRA Serum. Replenish and Restore Multi-Peptide Serum for MOIRA. I am thinking about doing a favorites video in a couple of weeks. Really quickly. That's a dark bottle. Hyaluronic vitamin C. Okay, to reduce the appearance of fine lines and smooth the complexion. We'll have to see. My skin is touchy about vitamin C. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm thinking about doing a new favorites video and possibly setting up an Amazon store to make it easy for you guys to pick them up. But there's the bottle of the serum. I've had a few things that I've gotten over there. From brands that it's harder to buy off the website. No scent. It's kind of milky. Come on. Apparently very thick. Smoothed out all over the whole back of my hand, that one drop. So I probably would only need 1, maybe 2 drops for my face. There is no scent to that. So, and it's in a dark bottle to protect it. We'll see about it. More than likely, the back of my hand won't turn red or anything. It rarely does, while the rest of me goes bleh. Then we have from the Lancey. We've had stuff from these guys before. It's in a nice packaging thing here to protect it. This is their cheek blusher. Hopefully it's not in a crazy color. Because y'all know if it's like bright pink, we won't be trying it. It will be going into a box. I don't wear bright pink. I have one bright pink and I very rarely wear it because it's bright pink. It was the wrong color. I bought the wrong color essentially from someone. All right, so the packaging is pretty plain. Delancey stuff really is. Oh, it's kind of a peachy color. I can deal with that. That serum actually left the back of my hand feeling kind of soft. That's pretty. It's more orangey. But I could see myself using that on some days. I'm buffing it out the way I would. Huh. Well, that should go with our rose gold highlighter, right? Next we have, that's 3. Zisa Living Colorfully Color Liquid Eyeliner. Honestly, I wish they wouldn't send us Zisa, but that's fine. Zisa's fine. It's just they're not very color inclusive. I understand why they are not very inclusive. They are a Chinese, or yeah, they're a Chinese brand, I believe. And so they're not necessarily meant for people of color. Although I would think that, you know, Asian countries, China, Japan, all of them, have some people of color involved in their society somewhere. But let's see what we got. I'm almost out of my liquid eyeliner, so I guess the timing's good. Oh, it looks like it's kind of a berry. Oh! And they have another sticker on that, too. I do like a lot of Zisa's packaging. I've been interested in a couple of their palettes because the packaging is gorgeous. But I hear the pigmentation is not really all that great. Alrighty. Oh, that is very thin. And it is definitely a burnished red. Brownish red. That'll be interesting to use. Okay. I don't think I've ever used that color around my eyes as an eyeliner. That tip was very soft. I barely felt it soft. All right. This is, I don't know. It's a loose thing. Sealed for your protection. Beauty Moon Cosmetics. So it's a loose pigment or something from Beauty Moon Cosmetics. Wow. I don't even know. Okay. Oh, careful. Oh my. Oh, it's like a glitter? Okay, you guys can't even see that. That is my third application. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Just straight up glitter? Very fine. I mean, literally very fine. Is it supposed to be a highlighter? It's not doing much of anything. Okay, we'll look at the card in just a minute, because the next thing we have, of course, is the palette. I recently learned that they put different palettes in the box versus the bag, and I almost wanted to buy the bag because last month the bag had a palette that I went, oh my God, I want that. Anyway, hey, we have another Saints, Angels, and Sinners palette collab. So Saints, Angels, Sinners Cosmetics times Beauty Scream, Ice Cream Beauty, the Friendship Palette. A true friend accepts you for who you are and helps you become who you are meant to be. Oh, that's a pretty palette. Lots of neutrals in there. Okay, this is going to be fun to work with. But I love the amount of shimmers. And there's purples. That's beautiful. I wouldn't say, I guess, there's a lot of pinks that border on neutral. There's the purples. Their quality that we've gotten in the past has been decent. I mean, not the best. I mean, I have other places that I enjoy better. But let's go ahead and try some of these. I don't even, okay. I'm just sitting there looking at like, what? We'll do the pink. That felt rough. We'll do the red. That felt soft. We'll do the darker purple. And we'll do the black. Oh, if that black is decent. Oh my God, this red. Okay. Here we go. Oh, Lord. Okay, so that looks red in the pan, and it comes off more orangey on here. This is the darker of the purples, and here's their black. That is a decent black. Okay, all right, okay. How do you hold up? Let's see how this, that glitter is still doing like nothing. I don't know what that's supposed to be. We will look at the card in just a second. I'm going to do my wipe off and see how we do. Wow, the eyeliner held. That's amazing. And some of the colors held. That's amazing. I'm wiping things down, and that eyeliner is still there. Okay, so Ziza may be where I need to go for eyeliners, since I wash everything out like that. I mean, just seriously. Alrighty, so we have the Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving palette by Saints, Angels, Sinners. This would normally go for $50. Wow, okay, why are you $50? Collaboration with SAS is here, introducing Friendsgiving. This palette features a versatile selection of five mesmerizing duochromes. That's why it's $50. 1 lustrous shimmer and 6 richly pigmented mattes. This thoughtfully themed palette is perfect for celebrating togetherness and gratitude. Thanksgiving tip, use a black base under the lighter duochromes to enhance their effect. We have a black base that came from them. We may try that. I'm looking at this real quick. So I think I'm going to use the black base on my eyes. I've already got an idea. I'm going to use the black base on my eyes, and we're going to use this color in the corner go to this color and then go to this color. What do you guys think? Huh? And I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. Because it would have to go over this for what I was thinking. Maybe I can do the pink, the purple matte in the middle. It doesn't give me a whole lot for the outside. But then I can put this over the purple matte. And then this. And there's not really much here for under my brow. I could use the lighter purple for under my brow if I'm careful, I think. All right, so I think we got a plan with this. Sort of. Sort of got a plan with this. Okay, so $50 for the palette. We have the powder blush from Delancey. This is 10, so that's 60. That's already twice. Well, the palette itself was twice what I spend on this particular subscription. We have the Retinol Replenishing Serum by Mirabella. This is 28, which is actually kind of reasonable. A lot of these serums, especially when they have vitamin C and stuff, are really freaking expensive. Too expensive, but really freaking expensive. We'll try some of that under our makeup and see what happens there. And then we have the Cherry Red Liquid Liner by Zisa. This is 24, little overpriced, but it is Zisa. Zisa's like one of China's luxury brands, I believe. And then we have the Loose Duochrome Pigment by Beauty Moon Cosmetics. $8. So this is supposed to be I don't know. We'll try, you know what I'll try to do? I will use the very light purple under my brow, and I will try throwing this on top of it. And we'll see what happens. We're going to be trying some things here. Anyway, so this total value is $60, $88, $112, $120 for this particular box. How do I feel about it right now? I'm okay with it. I don't particularly like seeing Zisa in the box because, like I said, they are not a inclusive brand. But again, I understand they're in China. Most of their people, I believe, would not be people of color. So I kind of understand Zisa. I'm just not thrilled with it. Anyway, I am not impressed with this one so far, but I have yet to use it. So we'll give it a shot. I like the color of the Delancey. We'll see how it shows up on the cheeks. And the serum, I wouldn't imagine that I'm going to buy this again, but I don't mind trying things out. So overall, it's decent. I'm not mad at it. No, not mad at it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get myself ready to go. And then we will go ahead and start trying out some of these products. So for me, it's going to be a few minutes. For you, it's going to be, see you in a minute. Okay, so we are ready to go. I know it looks gray, but honestly, I think it's Beauty Creations. The black does come out black when you first put it on your eyes. It's the buffing out and then setting it with powder that grays it up. And I think I finally have it to the point where it doesn't look nearly as messy when I put it on. First time I ever tried to put it on, it was a mess. Well, I should say the second time. First time I put it all over the lid. All right, so we are going to start with this light color Jello mold. Put that under the brow. That came up pretty pigmented. And we're going to put that under our brow. I am going to try to do what I've been doing lately and do one eye and then do the other. We'll see how that works. Getting that down in that corner. That actually went on really nice. I may like this one after all. I think the other one, I think I've had one other from Sassy or Sass. And I don't remember how impressed I was with it. I still have it, but I think there was a color. It's just not a palette I was going to be using very often. All right, so we got that on in place. We're going to try to put that pigment, or whatever they called it, over the one eye. What did you guys call it? I don't have the card here. I already moved on and threw out the card. Okay. So this Beauty Moon Cosmetics loose pigment. That didn't really do much for us, right? We'll see what it does over this purple. I'm using a different brush. I tap the brush in. I am tapping off some of the excess. Looks like a very pretty color. I'm going to start at the brow. I usually start in my, you saw down towards the crease, but we're going to start at the brow because if it's going to be, holy, I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, so it didn't look like anything by itself. I don't know if you guys can see it up there. I'm going to say that this is a pigment that you would use to bring some pizzazz to another color. I don't know. Can you see that bit of shine and shimmer and what it did? It didn't really change the color, but it did make the color less flat and give it some shimmer, like it's an actual shimmer. I could get into that. I can see me using this over other, other mattes and using it to brighten them up. So that's not, it's less of a problem for me now. I have to say that this might be a problem. Like I said, I did try it. I did put it on underneath the primer and stuff. It hasn't reddened my skin. If it was going to do that, it'd probably take some time. I think I've only had one item that I had an absolute immediate reaction to it. And I can't even remember what brand it was. I just know it was a real high brand, and my skin hated it. Anyway, but I always spray my face with setting spray before I get started. And then I pat it down with a brush across my face. And when I do this, I am noticing that I'm feeling like little pinpricks. So I will try this under as a first time, as a nighttime serum, and see how it goes. But if I'm already feeling some sensitivity because it's on, I don't usually feel those little pinpricks. If I'm already feeling some sensitivity, I can see me handing this over to my daughter or not using it. It's not a big deal to me. The value of the box was 100 and, what did I say, 112 or something like that, 120. And this is 28. I still got, 3 times the value of my box. So I'm not mad at that. I'm just not very good with vitamin C serums. I do like the fact that it's multi-peptide, but yeah, this might end up being a problem in the end. All right, so let's get into this. Let's get into this. Again, I am going to try to pick up this pumpkin pie first on a brush. I'm going to get the brush wet. And we'll see how that goes. If that doesn't work, then I will go ahead and go to a sponge tip as usual. I like to test my shimmery, glittery, duochrome shit with a brush, because with some of them you can go ahead and use brushes. A lot of them you can't, but you never know until you try. Oh, it's not coming up on here at all. Yeah, okay. Okay. I can use this as a repair brush later. Usually that's how that works. So I'm going to get, where did I put it? There it is. So I already used this on something before, and then I used it to show you that one. But the other side is clear, and we don't want to throw it away unless we've used them all. So we're going to go ahead and get that damp, wet. And we're going to try again with this color Pumpkin Pie, which is not look pumpkin or pie. But, oh, be careful. Apparently, they are very, very soft. Okay. And we are going to go ahead and put this across this black base. I'm having to be very careful about how I pick this up. Taking it about 1/3 of the way through. We're going to use some of my standard. I've been playing around with how far I go and stuff like that. But with this one, I kind of want to use as many colors as I can from this palette. Like that. Oh, that doesn't even look pink to me. In the palette, it looks very pink. Wow. We're sort of popping. Wow. That's actually very pretty. I wasn't expecting it to be that pretty, you guys. That's pretty. Okay, using this Bella and Argent kind of fluffier brush, we're going to grab some of this Besties. So that color that I put on just now is this one. And we're going to use some of this Besties across the lid. Gonna leave about 1/3 or so. I'm going over that color we just added, just on the edge, to kind of get a blend. This black is not good for this color, but that's okay. We're trying something a little different. So I'm gonna leave just about 1/3. It is on there, but because of the black, it's being turned very, very dark. I am really buffering along this edge a little bit. I really want to get that blended. There we go. One more time. I'm really trying to get the color to where you can see it on this black. I think we're going to have a problem with that, though. Okay, so we've got that color on there. Can barely see it because of the black. That's fine. So my plan is to use this lighter color, No Promises, over that. And see what that does. We're gonna see what that does. This has looks like a whiter base with a pinkish glitter in it. So hopefully it works. Although it might be coming up more multi. All right. So I've never used one of these before. I'm probably gonna make a bit of a mess, but here we go. We're gonna put this over that purple. Whoa, there's too much of that. Put the aside. That feels funny. It feels very wet. Grab that bit that I put off to the side. I don't know. Okay, so it's there. It's there. I hope this shit dries down. Pardon me. It's definitely there. It's not really doing anything for the purple itself. The purple is providing a bit of a base. We're getting more of a green shift rather than the pink that I'm seeing in the jar. I'm probably gonna have to play around with these a little bit to, yeah, I've already marked them. I'm probably gonna have to play around with these a little bit to figure them out, I think. So we're not gonna take today as the final day on these. I try not to do that much anyway, except with palettes, because I have so many palettes that if I have to really work with the palette, I don't see a point in me keeping it, so to speak. All right, so we are going to grab this blue. I'm going to go ahead and spritz it. We'll see if we can get this other color to work. I don't want to, because I'm going to have to pull out a whole new thing if it doesn't. Come on up. Oh no, I'm going to have to pull out a whole new. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this cranberry is being beautiful. Okay. So we're going to put this cranberry over the end here. Wow, okay. Struggling to get it to show, I think. I am already thinking this is not going to be a very successful look, but we're here now. We're going to keep going. Okay, I'm blending it into that purple a little bit on that edge. I am letting that glitter be where it's going to be. I am not trying to clean that up. You know, we like to kind of have things kind of cross into each other so we don't end up with, you know, really thick lines. That's not horrible. It's not horrible. I don't think it's my best, but it's not horrible. All right, what am I going to use for my crease? So I'm going to use this matte burnt, do the eye shape that I normally do, and then I think I'm going to throw this color Veggies in the crease, and we'll see what happens there, right? I'm going to want to use this color at one of these points. I can already tell you that. All right, so I'm going to use this very old Sephora brush. I'm going to grab some of this burnt, no, yes, wait a minute. What am I doing? This is the wrong brush. This is not the brush I thought it was. Well, we'll go ahead and use it. Since it's going around and I don't need a whole lot of precision. So I'm going to take this. This burnt is, oh, that is turning that purpley shade. Wow, I like that. I like what that's doing over that other purple. That is pretty. Bring that down. That is really pretty what that did. I am not mad at that. That is pretty. That is pretty. I like that. Okay. So I'm going to get this wet, but I'm not sure if this Veggies is going to work. If we can't get this Veggies to work on this brush, then I'm going to probably switch to the black. So I'm going to get this wet. Yeah. Getting my fingers is not getting the brush necessarily. And I'm going to use the tip of the brush. So I'm going in like this to try to pick up some of this Veggies. It appears to be coming up. And then we're going to throw that in the crease. I'm being very careful. I may need to use that black anyway. And I'm just throwing that in the crease. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Honestly, this is a more Christmassy palette than some of the Christmas palettes that they've let out this year. I'm sure you all saw that. It's new that I was in without my daughter recently, where the Christmas stuff started, and half of it wasn't reminding me of Christmas at all, but they were saying, this is our Christmas palette. Yeah. Take that underneath. Like that. And then take it out. I do not know if that red liner is going to show up on me at all. Trying to get enough of this green in the outer. All right. And then I'm using my brush to sort of buff out the edges a little bit. Overall, I am not mad at that. Even this middle is not bothering me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the other eye done. Get my foundation on, do my brows, and then we'll come back and work with the liner. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do next. I'll be back. All right, so I did my brows. I also already did my bronzer. I figured we can go ahead and get the liner and then the other two cheek products on before I had to break again. And yeah, so I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure how well this is going to work with this particular eye look. I think it's actually going to kind of disappear. But we said we would give it a try, and we were kind of impressed with how well it resisted the rag. So here we go, folks. It goes on nicely. I do like that. I will also say that the Sass palette is holding up to my inner corner very well. Not that my inner corner has decided to do the whole thing yet, but usually by now it started and there's nothing. So I might be just a little bit in the crease. Tiny bit in the little crease, but that's not a whole lot. Let's get this top lid. I have to say I appreciate how well this is going on right now. My eyes are so touchy that lining them can be very, very problematic in the long run. I mean, normally when I'm lining, they're starting to water right about now. And in fact, I am having some watering on one side, but it's on the outer side of the eye. And it gets really insane when I start lining my eyes. I don't know why. But this is just going right on. Nice and smooth. I'm not having any problems with it skipping. I'm not having problems. I'm not having to reapply unless I want to. I know I put things on this eye very strangely. My daughter has watched the way I set up my hands to do my lining and has just given me this look that's like, Mom, what the hell are you doing? So I don't think it's actually holding up to this look amazingly well, but it is darkening when it goes into the colors. So it's there, So it has washed out a little bit on the outer corner. Held up to the rag and not my eyes. Okay. Yeah. It did really well with the rag. It is not doing nearly as well on my eyes. I mean, it's there. I've just made a boo. Of course I did. There we go. I think I got it. Yeah, it is. It's washing out on that lower lash line a little bit, where the teariness is a bit more persistent. It is filling in well, which is nice to say because I have so many cracks and crevices and creases in my eyes. Okay, I'm not going to keep messing with trying to get that bottom line to stay. It's not going to stay, apparently. Apparently no. So I would say this is more very water resistant. Of course, it also could be because it's wet and my eyes are already watering. It might hold up better to tears and stuff once it's dried down. And my eyes are not giving it a chance to dry down. But I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at the way it is applied. I do think the color, think of blue or dark purple or dark green might have been better to go with this particular palette. All right. So this is the Sorich. It is a low light highlighter. We also got this in our ice cream. I'm going to put this on my inner corner. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit before I do the next color out of the palette, because I have a color for the palette to go across my bottom lid. And this is how I like to use this one, is for an inner corner color and go a little bit underneath the lower lash line to brighten up the look a little bit and to work better with the color I'm picking out of the palette for underneath the lash line. So I'm using this round, and this should give us some brightness in this look that isn't just glitter. Just a little bit. And I'm taking it underneath a little bit, right here. It's still holding up. Mostly. Still mostly holding up. Just under. Just going around. Under a little bit, and I'm going about 1/3 the way down on the lower lash line. We're going to cover some of it, but this will help blend that in, and this color will give us some brightness, like I said. So, because there really isn't much in this palette that's really bright, if that makes sense. And this color, this look with the dark base, I wish this would stop. If this look with the dark base, these colors will probably come up very differently. I did try a palette with the dark base and then later tried the palette again with just the light base, and the colors do come off very different. So if I were to try this with a lighter base, some of these colors would come up much brighter, and that would work a little bit better. All right, so I am going to get this brush. This is my, I think it's Black Moon brush. I like using this for underneath my lower lash line. I'm going to get that slightly damp. Yes, shake it off, shake it off. And I'm going to use this color Friendship all across the bottom. And then depending on how things look, I might go over the very ending of this with the black. We'll see. So let's grab some of this Friendship and put it underneath for our lower lash line. Now, with this probably being another duochrome, we're not going to see much of that duo, which is fine with me. But we're going to put it over the tail end and bring it across. The tail end of the white that we put down there, that's silver. And we're bringing it across. And we're bringing it back. Bring it along this lower line. Right there. I like that. All right, let's do the other side now. Again, we're going over this end. Which lightens and brightens it up a little bit, adjusts the color just slightly. And then we're going to go across again. So on this side, the eyeliner is holding up. On this side that keeps tearing, it's having issues. So I would say that it is not quite waterproof. If you ever want to test a waterproof liner, send it to somebody who has watery eyes. They will tell you the thing. You can see it kind of came out along the bottom here too. So we're just taking this in all the way across. I'm not mad at that. Once I get my lashes on, that's going to look real pretty. That's going to look pretty. If someone washed out in some places. All right. So put that over. Actually, I'm just going to put this away. I'm probably going to need it again before I take pictures, but we're going to put it away for now. I know what it is. I know where it is. We'll do that. Okay. Okay. Blush and highlighter. So we're going to be using the blush. And I'm using my Moda ice cream brush, the fluffy brush, which I believe is supposed to be a powder brush. This is a powder, right? Oh. Okay, be careful, Denise. I'm not mad at that. That actually looks really nice. That looks really nice, I think. It adds a nice warm glow almost, but it doesn't look shimmery at all. But that's really nice. That's nice. That's nicer than I thought it would be. I am going to take my big Morphe brush. This is my E41 that I would probably never buy again. And I am going to buff these out a little bit, blending the blush edges with the contour edges. Bring it down, buff it out a bit. That's nice. Really nice. Okay, you have something to hold up to. All right, so we're going to try this rose gold that looks pinky. This is going to ruin the look, right? And we're going to do our little circles and bring her up. This is a Luxie. I think we got this in I think I got this in a BoxyCharm. I don't think this brush is available. At least not looking like this. I'm pretty sure they have Others, this says small contouring. Okay, so I am actually trying to build this up just a little bit. And it's there, but it doesn't look like, I think these you would have to really work at to get a glow to the moon type glow. It's not a glow that I normally try to go for, but I do like a nice glow on the cheekbone. It's there. It's just going to be more of a subtle, and it's not looking pink, which is nice because it's foxy pink and it looks pretty pink in the pan, at least when I'm seeing it, but you can see that gold edge. That's nice. Okay. That's a glow I can live with. But I know people who like things really, really bright, and I don't think this is going to get you that. I don't think that's going to get you that. Okay, so after all of that, I'm going to go ahead and change my clothes, put in my earrings, and do my mascara, and then we will come back and do lipstick, and then we'll talk about all the things, right? Right. Be right back. Hair has been floofed. Yes, it dried in time. You always floof your hair before you put on your lipstick. I suspect that from what we saw on my arm that this is going to be just a bit too translucent, but we shall see. I also didn't expect it to like blend with my lip color. So I usually buy colors in this color shade range because they're darker than my lips. That is a little darker. It is a little darker. It came up a bit more pink than I expected. Let's go ahead and try this lip liner. What are you trying to get into? Hey, get out of there. Again, it seems to be a little on the lighter side than what it appears to be when we did here, right? So I'm not sure what to say about that. I'm not really mad at it, and I'm sure if I look and get some deeper colors, it'll work better for me. Let's see. Doesn't really need a gloss. Feels really nice and comfortable on the lips. But we're going to try to darken this up just a little bit using my e.l.f. gloss, lip oil. On what I'm seeing here in my mirror shows that it darkened it up a little bit. Not a lot, good enough for now. We actually don't want it competing with this really brilliant eye look. So let's talk about it. This is our completed look. I am still not seeing any issues on the inner corners yet. If they are, it's very light. The shimmer is still there. I'm not seeing any holes, which is really nice to say. Overall, I'm not mad at it. Let's talk about the products. Let's start with the MOIRAs first. Okay, so I'm going to start with the glitter gels. These, I think, at least the two colors I have, I might try to go ahead and pick up the pink and the blue that they had on there, or, you know, some of the deeper colors they had on there. But for these two colors, whatever, if they've colored the gel at all, it doesn't really seem to come up and do anything. So these are more toppers to me. I'm not mad at them being toppers. Just that the swatches we've seen show more color. Now I will play around with these a little bit. I do like the fact that they did pretty much dry down. Yeah, it's not coming up on my finger. It dried down. I'm not getting glitter in my eyes, so it's holding in place, which is really nice. But these are not something this is something I was hoping I could use on my inner corners by itself, and I'm not going to be able to do that because there is just not enough color in the base for that to work. But for topping another color, it's great. They're great for that so far. Because I'm just going to have to get a hold of, I'm going to push it all back. I'm just going to have to try some of the deeper colors and hope that there's a deeper base, and I may be able to get back to you and say something different about them. But for right now, they feel really nice going on. They go on nice and smooth. This glitter, the sparkle is really nice, but there is no color to the base. Even this light yellow one, when we put it on the back of my hand, you really couldn't see this yellowing of the base. So whatever they're putting in the gel to color it, other than glitter, I don't think it's not really strong enough to do anything. I do like the highlighter. For me, this works. It's not too shiny. I don't think for somebody who likes something really bright, it would work out. But for somebody who just wants a glow there, I did bring it up a little bit more than what I would normally do, and it did go up a little bit, but I think you'd have to just keep reapplying this a lot to get a big shine. But for me, I like this, and I like the color, even though the color to me looks a little pink in this pan, you can see how it looks pink when you're looking at it like that, came up more of rosy gold on my face. So if you're looking for a rose gold, the MOIRA Dreamlight Highlighter in Foxy Pink is for you. I'm a little disappointed in these two, just a little. I might try and see if I can find a darker color, but I don't recall them having any really deep dark colors. So I might try to find a darker color in both of them and see if we get some more opaqueness, which is, I think, part of the problem, is that they're a little bit more transparent than I would like. I did apply quite a bit, and I do think that the liner works for this particular color. So this liner is, if this is shades that you're interested in, this liner color is Superstar. This color is Dusty Red. So if these colors, if you think that they would suit you, those are the colors. They go well together. This is dark enough to give you a bit of a line and a sharpness around your lips, but not so dark that you end up having that old no fill, but having a line around your lips. You know what I'm saying? It was a thing when I was younger, and it may still be a thing. I don't know, particularly in the Hispanic community in California when I was younger. I'm just going to go there. But I will say this feels very nice on the lips. It is nice and smooth and creamy, and it feels very emollient. And this one applied very nicely as well, and is supposed to stay in place. I'm not sure it will do that, but it did on my hand. But then again, so did our eyeliner, and it didn't. All right, so let's talk about really quickly. I was going to say, let's talk about our box. But also, if you are interested, you can get 15% off your order using the code WARMHUGS if you want to buy any of the MOIRA items that I have shown you, or any of the other MOIRA items that I use. The one that I can think of right at the moment is this Hydrating Plump Serum Primer. I love this stuff, and I love the price of this stuff. And anyway, it's a big favorite of mine. So if you're interested in any of the MOIRA products I've shown you, you can go ahead and use MOIRA and then use the Warm Hugs and get 15% off your order. This came in with all the stuff that I just purchased. And that ends February 29th of 2024. Can you all believe it? Can you all believe it? We're right there. We're right there. I am not mad at this box. I may have problems with this. That sensitiveness did die down a bit. We're going to try it at night, see how it works, go from there. This applied really well. It is not, it says it's waterproof. It is not exactly waterproof because my eyes can just wash it away. So I would say it's water resistant since I had to scrub it off my hands, but my eyes are just like wiping it out. So I wonder if it has to do with the, you know, you've got, I think your tears have salt in them. I'm not positive. And I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. Also, maybe it needed to dry down more. But I will say it applied beautifully. It was very, you can barely feel this tip. So if you do get one of these, be very careful and don't press too hard because you'll be like you can't feel it. But it's there and it's putting the color on. And it comes on beautifully. It's very smooth. It filled in my holes on my wings easily. And I have a lot of crevices and things in my wings that can make even my Wet n Wild liner stuff that I use difficult to get in there because there's just, it's age, folks. I'm old, okay? I'm old. My daughters don't believe it, but I'm old. But this applied beautifully. I think a better color would have been a blue or a dark green or a dark purple to use with this particular palette because it's going to come up, even I think with a lighter base underneath. I think a lot of these colors are on the darker end and they may not show up. This red may not show up as well unless you're doing a lighter pastel look or something. But I'm not mad at it. I do like it. I just think the color would have been better, a different color. The Delancey, I am surprised at this blush. I was afraid this was going to come off so orange. And while you can see that there is a peachy kind of glow, it's not orange. It's more of a pale peach and it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. So very happy with this. This loose pigment, I'm on the fence. Now, mind you, we take the loose pigment and we take the serum out of the box. That's $36 out of the $120. So we're at what, 84, something like that? Yeah. No. 64, 74, somewhere in there. That's still pretty close to 3 times what I spent on the box for the value of the box, for the value of the things that I really like. But I think this pigment was a throwaway, if that makes sense. It does beautifully over other colors. It does not do so well by itself. Some of that may be the color that it is. Some of that may be my skin tone, although I cannot see this showing up really well on someone with lighter skin than mine. It might show up really well on someone with darker skin than mine. We have discussed how my skin likes to eat things up. Neutrals? It just, what neutral? You're not wearing a neutral. It's gone. No, it's right there. It's gone. You're not going to see it. And that may be an issue with this, but you also saw that the Ciroc, what was it called? The Storage? The Storage showed up just fine, and it is a nice light color too. That light icy white. So I'm on the fence about this. I really love what it did to the pale purple we put under my brow. But by itself, it's a lot like the MOIRA's. It's not going to be much use to me by itself. I can't use it on the inner corner by itself and get the same kind of thing like I got with the Ciroc. So on the fence about this. It's okay. Not thrilled. Not thrilled. The palette, I am actually pretty impressed with this palette. I don't know how I felt about the other SAS palette that they sent us. I may have that still somewhere. I probably still have that somewhere. I just haven't used it recently. And I'm really surprised with this palette. I can't wait to get into this gold and pair that with some really bright oranges and the reds and stuff like that. With I'm going to have to mix it with others. That is the other thing. This palette does have a bit of a color story issue for me. It's a tiny one. It's a tiny one. There is nothing light. I mean, I was able to use this, but honestly, I think you could get rid of this one and put in a nice lightish yellow, pastel yellow, or champagne, or something of that nature, to have something to go under the brow and get that oomph under the brow that I usually do. But we did make it work. I didn't bring any outside colors other than the MOIRAs over the top of the one. We did make it work. I do love the colors, the other colors in here. Like I said, I can't wait to dig into this one with a yellow palette. So for my box, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I may not be able to use this for very long. And this really did feel like a throwaway to me. And that's it. That's honest. This is not horrible. It's just okay? And this would be great if it doesn't turn my skin into going, get that shit off my face. So 4.5, somewhere in there, out of 5 for this box. I'm really enjoying it. You can go ahead and order your own ice cream. As far as I know, they don't close down for subscriptions, so that link will be down below. And that is it for the day. You will have to let me know what you think of this box, what you think of this look, how we did. I felt a little bit challenged because the color story in there was just, it is, if you look at it, it is a little bit fragmented, just a small bit fragmented in there. It needed something, one or maybe 2 colors pulled and something else put in there. We could have done without the black in there, I think, too. I honestly think we could have done without the black. Almost everybody has a black. Nobody needed another black, I'm sure. But anyway, so that is it for the day, and I hope you like what you've seen, and that if you have yet to subscribe, that you will subscribe. Like, share, comment down below. I'd really love to hear what you thought about the box, about the MOIRAs I tried, and let me know if you're going to buy any of the things. I would really love to hear it. And yeah, so that's it. We're going to go ahead and drink some more of our juice. I've been drinking it all along, quite obviously, because the voice goes, it goes. It always feels so good. You have to get that juice and water just right. There's a point where it's too juicy, and then there's a point where it's too watered down. So you got to find that point. And that's what's another thing that's really nice about these. This is my 32 ounce, and as you can see, it has lines all the way up to show you what you've drunk, so you can refill. So we fill ours to about this 8 with juice, and the rest of it with water. Sometimes we go to the 10. So between the 8 and the 10, it works real well. Anyway, so I love my girls. I love my dragonettes. And we'll see you later, Hope. I know what I'm supposed to say. Honest. Hope you have a good one.